Hey guys, we had an awesome reformer workout today. So a warm-up started today on long box on the mat. All right, so I put long box here. Now if you sit at, let me see, which way should I go here? I guess I'll just go this way. If you sit at the edge of the box, all right, so your bum is like at the edge, then when you do core work up on this elevated platform, it's just like that much more challenging. So what I asked people to do was, just take a little side bend. All right, we always want to get that lateral flexion, side bend, and then the healthy rotation through the thoracic, right? And of course, this always feels good, legs out, and take a nice forward fold, scoop the belly, and just shake it out. Roll through the spine, drag the fingertips up with you. Voila, so here we are. Now, what I did was we lie back down on the mat, so you're obviously imprint, okay, because your legs are in the air. And then just 3 simple exercises. Elbows out, squeezing the knees, and then curling up for 10. Breathe out, lift 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. And we can do a little bicycle, so elbows right, center, left, center. This is a Pilates bicycle, okay, where you're kicking the leg away. See how my leg is going away from me and down, rather than like whipping the knee into the chest. So it's actually more challenging, but it feels better on hip flexors. And just try a couple more there. And the last exercise, we had legs up. And first round, we alternate legs to the floor. So again, this is abdominal extension. So lengthening, flattening of the muscles. Okay, so instead of like curling up, you're extending those legs long. I'm supporting the head and neck here, but again, can't put my head down, all right? And then the last round, you can also make it more challenging by going both legs down, up, up. Now it's always chin up, exhale, down, down, inhale, up, up, down, down, inhale, up, up. Now you can always just reduce your range of motion. If that's too much, go halfway down and up. Make sure your lower back is nice and safely imprinted on the box, just like on a regular mat. Okay? And then we can hug knees to chest. Sit up nice and tall. Whew. Take that side bending, lateral flexion again, rotation, looking up and down feels really good on the neck. Okay, another rotation, up and down. And then what we did was we flipped over and got some nice extension. I want to show you guys this really cool move as well on long box where you're sideways. And this is sideline hip work is like really good for your back. So if you put your elbow like on the mat here, and you're actually getting a lot of length, or you can prop yourself up with elbow on the mat. But this is called scissors long box. You open the feet at distance. So very Pilates-esque, you're trying to keep your core still and your hips perpendicular to the floor, okay? So you kick one way and the other, one leg one way, the other leg the other way, and then you stop in the middle, okay? So it's inhale, exhale, and then you switch it. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. This is incredibly hard. Might look kind of easy, but just give it a try. And then we can do like bottoms up. So you pull the bottom leg up to meet the top. How about 5 of those? So it's a 5, 4, 3, exhale 2, exhale 1, hold, arm up, and release. Now, of course, on the box, you can bring one leg forward, top arm up, and take that beautiful spinal rotation on long box. All right, so lying down the other way. You always want to get same repetitions. Again, elbow on the mat or elbow on the edge of the box here. Legs up. Okay, so I'll just give you arms on the mat here. Legs at hip distance, but feet hip distance apart, okay? And then you're gonna sort of slowly flutter in opposition. Give yourself a little kickstand, trying to keep hips level. So it's inhale, kick forward, kick back. And exhale, contract to bring the legs back together. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 3 more. 2. Last one, hold. Good, now bottoms up. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then of course, top leg forward, top arm up and back. Nice job. So there you have it. We also did extension on long box. This is a really nice place to be. You're lying down the box. Your chest is off the edge. So your sternum is right at the corner or the edge of the box. And we did a number of different things here. One thing you can do is just bend the knees. Little windshield wipers, okay, that always relaxes your upper back. So I like to make this challenging. We're gonna get Superwoman, Superman, Superperson on long box, okay? And I always ask people to squeeze the legs first and then lift the legs just to protect lower back. And arms up, Superman, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, relax. And we have a couple of 3 more exercises here. So, legs engaged first to protect your lower back. And once that's going, arms up. And of course, you can just flutter kick the arms, 10, to flutter kick the legs, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. And then of course, we could do something called parachute. Again, legs are open, elbows are out now, bending to the side, and then everything drops down. And you just pretend you're in a parachute. You're gonna lift everything up and let go. Now see how I can get a lot more leverage on this box rather than just lying down on a mat? So how about 8 more squeeze? Inhale, 7, breathe in. So I'm squeezing the shoulder blades together. 5, we're gonna add on after 4. Breathe in, breathe out, 3. Squeeze everything up, 2. And last 1, and then I like to call this one pick the apples. Again, your gaze is at the top of the mat here. You're gonna reach and pull back 1 arm at a time. 8 more, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, let it go. Now, instead of doing a child's pose in the box, you can actually pull your stomach and scoot back and do a little supported forward fold / down dog, right? With hands in the middle of the box. Down dog here, let your head dangle, bend the knees, hold on elbows, and sway a little side to side. Getting a nice deep stretch on your back. After all that beautiful extension, release the hands, bend the knees. Now pull your stomach in as hard as you can to hollow out and roll through the spine. 1 vertebrae at a time, dragging your arms with you like a little rag doll. And there you have it. And that's just the warm-up. Now we're on short box on the reformer. 2 red springs. My feet are tucked under this little strap. And nice core work here. We can do is arms out straight and just take a little half roll back. Okay, again, because you're up on this elevated platform, it's that much more challenging. So it's inhale, sit up straight, and exhale, curl back. Inhale up, and exhale, curl back. Inhale up, exhale, curl back. We can take it to an obliques roll back. So obliques, alternate arms. The other arm stays still. 1 arm goes and you follow the gaze. Sweep it up and switch it. Roll back and extend. And 4 more. Inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 2, And last one. Now, there's a number of different things you can do on this short box. For now, you can hold on to the handle and to get that side bend a little bit, again. And then rotation. And I like to do something called teaser on short box. So you roll back, with an exhale, you scoop, you lift up those arms, and then you circle, sit up tall again. It feels really good. You exhale, inhale, sweep and lift up tall. Exhale, inhale, sweep and lift up tall. And of course, if you really want to go for the gusto, you can pretend you're a mannequin and you twist like this a little bit with the obliques side to side with arms up. So it looks like this. Arms up, roll back, lift up, inhale, and then you're gonna twist. So you typically hold it, all right? So you go center, breathe in, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, twist. And we'll just do 2 more here to show you. 2 and 1. Good, so I am like super engaged there, in it to win it, all right? Hope you enjoy that little short box demo. Great job. Okay, so we also worked today for knee strengthening, and so we use these extensor straps on the vertical frame of the STOTT Pilates reformer. Okay, this is one of the biggest reasons why I invested in the vertical frame for my business. So what happens is when you lie down to do your leg work, okay, I know this looks a little crazy, but you're gonna put your legs through the loops, not on your feet, but above your knee, okay? And then what you do is you just, as you press away, you're still neutral spine, okay? But see how the straps, I don't know if you can see it sideways there, the straps go, they're attached at the edge of the vertical frame. So if I bring my feet in the middle, okay, that means this spring tension is at an angle on the muscles in the legs. And so you're actually working the muscles in the legs called the vastus medialis, which is the area above your kneecap. And its job is to draw the kneecap up. Okay, in addition to that, when you press away in typical leg work, like heels together, toes apart here, okay, you are pushing, it's easy to come back in because the springs are pulling you back, but when you push it away, you're actually pushing down toward the floor. So you're using the backs of the legs that much more effectively. You can go heels together, toes apart, and then feet together, wrapped toes, okay. Always neutral spine, and then arches of the feet. Exhale, press away. My knees are together here. My ankles, everything's squeezing tightly in like a little magnet. And then you go heels on the bar, a little chair pose. You can hold that here if you'd like. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And one of my favorite things here is high half toe, so feet together. Press the toes against the bar like you could see your pedicure. You press it away and you alternate your heels like this and go ahead and running. But you almost feel like a little marionette because the springs are kind of lifting your feet up. So it's like very, very fun. It is just so much fun. But again, very targeted for that inner part of your quad that draws the kneecap up, okay? So last but not least, I'll show you bridging with feet and extensor straps. All right, so here we are. You're gonna roll through the hips, lift up to the bridge just like you typically would, but again, pushing down. Your bum is an inch above the carriage, neutral. And then you come back up. Good. How about a couple more there? And up. So again, when I come back up like this with a high bridge, my hamstrings are working really hard to push, like to stabilize my core, okay, my spine, and not move the carriage as I roll down through the spine with control. So hip roll, okay, bridging in Pilates is called hip roll. That's because you want to roll through the hips to get to the bridge. Now neutral spine, you're gonna push the carriage away, down low, hover, low bridge. Bend, high bridge, low bridge, high, low and high, hold, and then softly roll through the spine and release to neutral. So good for your back. You're just articulating the spine as you roll back down. All right, so I'm just gonna take my legs out of these extensor straps. A lot of times they make a little bit of noise. And by the way, I should just mention, when you do footwork with legs and extensor straps, you typically put the springage down. So instead of like 3 red, I would recommend 2 red, 1 blue, or 2.5 springs instead of 3 red springs. Can you see me up here? So I'm at the side splits now. I don't have the platform extender board today, but this wooden piece at the end actually has grippy on it. So because we did a lot of front to back with warm up core in the box, back work on the box, and the short box, the core work, I'm gonna get some side to side movement here on side splits. Now this is only 1 red spring. This is hard for me personally. You wanna keep your legs straight and hands on hips, chest up, shoulders back, chin up tall. All right, these are called side splits. My legs are super straight. All right, and you're engaging those outer glutes. And you can also kind of side bend like this when you bring it back. Almost like a windmill. I love that, so much fun. Now you have to have total control with that. You have to be fairly used to working out on a reformer, okay? All right, but then you can also do something we call skater, which is really fun. I always throw this in at the end. And you're basically sliding that outside leg out, making pretend you're a little skater. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, so much fun. And then of course, because we're on 1 red spring, I would always do mermaid with rotation at the end of a workout. So my foot is hooked back, my legs are on a Z. I'm gonna bring that outside arm up, side bend sitting down, drawing the abdominals in slowly, sort of like that mannequin again. You're gonna rotate, look at the floor, open up your grip, and stay and enjoy that stretch, okay? This is the stretch to the QL, which is super tight on so many of us. So you wanna relax that muscle so your hips and pelvis can be stable. Anyway, 3 times you're gonna bend out, bend the elbows, bring the carriage back up, push away. And 2, and last 1, hold it out, shift the weight, and release up and around. All right, now of course we're gonna do the other side. Quickly, side bend, hug it in, open up the grip, stay and enjoy the stretch. 3 times bend the elbows to the side, 2, and last 1. And release up